What is up, you guys? I am ZXRyuu, and I am back with another channel update video. So I've got some some notes on my phone, so I'll be looking at that every so often. But yeah, this is going to be kind of just updating you guys on what's been going on with the channel and life and some other things like I've kind of done in the past. So so we're going to play. We're going to play some columns for the Sega Genesis while I talk about everything. So I'm just going to go through some various modes because I haven't played this game in a really long time. So we're going to go through and play some of this. So there's several difficulties for the arcade. So you can do the easiest, easy, normal, and hard. The controls are pretty straightforward. I think A, B, and C do all of the same things on the controller, but one may like rotate the piece down and one may rotate the piece up. I can't remember exactly how it works. And then anyway, since this was originally an arcade game, they kind of ported over like the sound test and the color test as well. So I don't know if I know exactly what like the easiest, like all the modes and stuff are in this game because I was pretty little when I played this game the first time, because this is a game that my parents got for me with the Sega Genesis when I was like 5 or something. So this is very, very early childhood when I had this game. So so we're gonna try this and see what we get here. Okay, starting with level 0. Okay, so let's see here. So left, right. There's no like. This is kind of like the Sega, like a different. I don't know. It's not really like Tetris per se. Yeah, all the buttons do the same thing. They all just rotate the pieces this way. So you have to, if you want to rotate, you got to kind of mash on the button. But yeah, this is kind of a. It's not really like Tetris in a way because you just connect 3 and it breaks them, but you can do like combinations of connecting different pieces or whatever to start cascading and breaking pieces and this kind of thing to get a high score. So pressing and holding down will give you a little bit more score as well. So it'll give you 1 point for every like I think every block you drop. I can't remember exactly how it works, but anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the game works. In the arcade mode on easy as well, it gives you hints of where you can put the pieces as well. But like I said, after level 3, that whole thing stops. So, and that's the level up sound. And so, kind of like Tetris, when you level up, the speed increases, and so eventually you'll be dropping pieces. It'll like start clearing the field in 1 frame, but it does take a while for that to happen. So actually, what was kind of interesting about this game, I guess one of the memories I have about this game is that my mom ended up playing this game quite a bit for several years, and ended up racking up this really, really high score that I actually wasn't ever able to beat. So I've kind of yet to this day been able to beat my mom's high score in this game. So I don't know, just kind of a interesting note. But yeah, so you can start cascading multiple things and kind of breaking them kind of back to back if you line everything up properly. But I never really was able in this game to kind of see like everything that you needed to line up in order to get like huge breaks of things. So, because you got to think really fast in order to do that. So eventually it just gets down to not necessarily doing all these combos, but just doing like, you know, triple things or whatever. So those 3 blocks will break. They'll break, you know, whatever they're connected to, just since they automatically create 3 or more. So pretty straightforward. Oh gosh, there's too much going on. Yeah, so it's pretty, I don't know, it's a pretty straightforward game, I guess. So it's just whether or not you can get a high score on it or not. And there's also some level stops as well, where it'll speed up, and then you'll get to a point, and then it'll slow back down again, and then it'll speed up again. So it's kind of like Tetris in that regard as well. So it's just kind of a different way of, I don't know. It's kind of the same idea. It's just a different way of playing. So it wasn't until quite a ways later on that I even realized that Tetris was even a game. But anyway, I guess I'll kind of start talking about the other things that I want to talk about while I'm playing. So I probably should have turned the screen lock off on my phone so I could look at it a little bit more easily without having to constantly unlock it, especially when I get to higher levels. That might be a problem. So, and also the music speeds up too as you get closer to the top or closer to dying. So, and the piece doesn't immediately lock as soon as you push it down. You can kind of move it left or right, or you can spin the piece a couple more frames. So you have a little bit more time to deal with that before it just immediately locks you out of doing anything. So, and sometimes when my mom and I would play this game, we'd get, or we'd call them like giant blowouts, where it'd be a bunch of combos that we didn't even see that would start kind of breaking all the pieces for us. So that would kind of keep us alive. So a lot of these big combos may not completely be intentional. I mean, sometimes I like to pretend that they're intentional, but that's not true. Ah. And so since this is a speed game, it does have an end at some point, but I don't know that I know exactly when that end is. I don't know how high the levels get in this game. This is not looking good. Ah, especially when you do stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So, and then if you press start, you can kind of pick up like where you left off with, or just like the same mode, the same everything. But you can go back to the menu and you can kind of change a bunch of settings. So I don't know exactly what the what the hard mode is or this kind of thing. Let's see. let's turn the auto lock off so I can just look at this. Okay, so let's try the arcade mode again. So I think, yeah, hard mode starts you out at level 10 and the gravity and everything therein. So but it doesn't, oh well, I guess it does give you the, I guess it gives you the level and the, kind of like the default score, I guess. But I think it's possible to get a higher score than that if you just make it to level 10 just playing normally. This is taking a little bit more concentration than I was thinking it would. Yeah, I guess there's a level stop there that changes the gravity a little bit. Ah! I thought a piece could still spawn there. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I guess just for the update here, I guess we'll I guess I'll just kind of start talking about some of that. So as you can see, I've already taken down a bunch of the or I've taken down the bookcases that had all my games and consoles and everything on it. That's kind of to serve a couple purposes. The room that I was doing, the room that I stream in, this office, was really crowded, and so I needed to kind of figure out some way to kind of clean up back here so that there was just like a room to walk. And so in so doing, I kind of just like ended up cleaning up all the stuff back here and getting everything put away in bins, and also Kenzie needed the bookcases out in the other room so that we could put some stuff in a closet that we just had put in. So we packed up all that stuff. It's now in the closet over there. And so we did all of that stuff. And so that kind of, and so cleaning it up, just, I don't know, just recently, I don't know, within the last, I mean, I want to say the last kind of several years, we've been talking about doing some stuff, but kind of just after Kenzie and I talked about just kind of where we're at in life, and just kind of everything that's going on with Lachlan and just or Snaggletooth, our kiddo. We just kind of decided that it's just been a lot harder, I guess, to like find consistent time to stream and record games, and so because I mean I really want to, and we're trying to kind of work some of that stuff out, and I'll kind of tell you why, but so we've just been kind of working toward this idea that probably in the next year or two or something, or maybe even sooner than that, probably the amount that I'm playing video games and streaming and recording and stuff is probably just going to go down, and that's not a bad thing, and it's not like it's not like Kenzie's making this push or something, or I'm making this push to say, we need to get rid of video games because they're just like a waste of time and they're only for kids and this kind of thing. I mean, we both feel like there's, they can be fun and you can play them and everything, but, just as long as they're not like, consuming your every thought and hour of the day or, this kind of thing, just something that's really just not healthy. And I mean, I can say that just from the standpoint that there was a period of time in my life where I was very much addicted to video games, and I was just like playing them constantly. I was just doing my schoolwork, like to get it done quickly or get my work done quickly so I could just play games and do all this stuff. And there's been a lot more things that I've noticed that are just, worth doing with my time and my life also. And so, I love games. I have loved games for a very long time, and I really enjoy playing them. I enjoy doing streaming and recording because it kind of combined gaming and like computer stuff, because I really like doing that as well. And so that just kind of gave me kind of a platform to work off of, I guess. And so I've learned so much. It's been a lot of fun to do all of this stuff and learn new things and, meet new people and everything. And as I have the time, I'll still be streaming and recording. It's not going to stop immediately, but I'm kind of working up to the point where I'd like to just kind of get to a point where I beat the games that I have, and I guess as I beat them, I have this idea. I haven't really like implemented it or anything yet because I need to put in some legwork on this to really get this working. But I'm thinking that I'm probably going to, once I finish playing a lot of the games in my library, I'm probably going to end up selling them, just because there's only a few games that I've really thought about over time that I would really like to keep and would really enjoy playing with with our kids whenever they get old enough, if they really want to play games. They may have their own interest or this kind of thing, and I don't feel like I want to, push that on them if they don't really want to play games or are interested in something else. So there's a few games that I'd like to keep. If they're interested in playing them, I think I'll keep those. But for the most part, as soon as I beat a game in my library, I'm going to try and sell it, either on like an eBay store or if I can get like my own personal website set up, because I did that in the past, and then life changed again at that point, and so I didn't really have any opportunity to kind of continue working on my own website. But I might restart that and try to sell things on there. So my ultimate goal is to eventually play every single game in my library and get most of them sold, and then take the funds from selling all the games to kind of possibly go back to school and do get some education in another field. I'm not exactly sure which field that would be yet. I have a couple of ideas. But I don't really have a solid idea on that one yet either. But that's kind of the idea, that I'd like to just finish playing all these games and then get them sold, and hopefully sell them to people that are, would really love them, would really want to kind of continue to play them and this kind of thing. So that's kind of the, I guess, short answer to that. But I'll still be around. I'll still be on social media for quite a while. Like I said, this is going to be maybe a year or two project. I'm not sure. It'll just kind of depend on how life is going and what we think we need to do. And I'll keep you guys updated too on how all that's going, because I really try and just be, you know, fairly transparent with how I do stuff on the channel, and you know, what I'm thinking about doing for, you know, streaming and recording and this kind of thing. And so wow, that one wasn't good. Yeah, so I don't know, we're just, Kenzie and I just think it'd be a good idea to just kind of do less less TV, less video games, more more focus on reading, and just some other things like that I didn't necessarily do as much of, but kind of in more, I guess, more recently within the last several years, I've really just kind of taken a liking to doing some reading, and Kenzie and I do a lot of stuff with gardening, and so I've been getting more involved with doing stuff with that, and you know, just spending time with Lachlan and enjoying the time that we have as he's growing up. And so I don't know, there's just a lot of cool things that are going on, and so I just want to kind of just readjust some priorities, and we've been talking about this for, like I said, for quite a while. It's not something that just, like, you know, one or both of us, you know, or just one of us was just thinking, oh, we need to do this or whatever. It was kind of this game wasn't good either. It was just like a combination of the two of us thinking about stuff. So and I mean, I guess just to kind of, because I just briefly touched on this, I mean, my whole journey with just like mental health with video games and stuff has been kind of I don't know, it's just been kind of an interesting one, because I don't know that I really realized that I was, like, addicted to video games and playing them so much. It was just that just kind of after talking with some people and just realizing some things that were going on, it was taking up a lot of like, I was thinking about it a lot, and I was just thinking about, oh, like, the next game that I want to get, or the next thing I want to do, or the next accomplishment that I want to do in these games, or whatever. And I was just like constantly going from game to game, thinking about this, that, and the other, rather than, you know, like, kind of living life, I guess. And so, you know, some of that stuff was passing me by, and it was just becoming more apparent that I was, like, you know, pretty socially awkward, and it was kind of just hard to hold a conversation with me and talk with me, you know, to a certain degree at one point in time. And so I think, you know, just the sheer amount of time that I was playing games, I think really just kind of hampered a little bit of my development. And so I've noticed that kind of being away from games for a while and doing some other things has kind of helped to remedy that. And so I don't think games are inherently evil. Like I said, I think it's more just the amount of time and what I was doing with them was the challenging part. So, and also too, it was kind of interesting, because a lot of the friendships that I made and everything was started around video games. Like, I met the Grey Dragon through, I mean, we met just because we were next door neighbors, but we really kind of got to know each other pretty well through just different games over the years, and played things together, and, you know, kind of just built up a friendship that way with the things that we were playing. And the same thing is true with, like, Cisan, Fire, Aaron, who goes by Some Young Guy. And so, you know, we really just kind of, that was one of our primary interests, was games at that point, because we grew up with them and were really enjoying them. And so, so it was kind of hard. And also just, like, the neighborhood friends that I had growing up, like, we all played Pokemon together, and, you know, just a lot of our friendship revolved around games in one way or another, and so it was just in a lot of facets of my life, and so just kind of after reevaluating that stuff, I was just thinking, you know, that's not really a healthy place to be in, and so so I just kind of wanted to work to change that to a certain degree, and so so a lot of different help from people on that one to kind of help get me out of that whole cycle, but I don't know, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place now, and I'm not like, I still really like to play them, and I think every once in a while I get like, I don't know if like nostalgia probably is part of it, but I don't know, it's just a lot of fun times are revolved around games, and so it's kind of hard every once in a while to, you know, I miss playing it, and just kind of miss where I was at that point in time, miss the people, so I don't know, it's just kind of all interconnected, I guess, in my life to a certain degree, and so, but I think it's just kind of gotten to the point where it's time to make a change and kind of start pursuing some other stuff, and so so yeah, that's, I don't know, if you guys are really interested to hear like more of my journey through like video game addiction and this kind of thing, I guess you know, you can always hit me up on social media. I'm around. You can DM me or whatever, and we can chat about that. Or if you know, you can just ask questions on the stream too, and I'll try and answer them as best I can from just from my experience. So because I still want, even to the end of like what I'm doing here with the channel, I mean, I've always wanted to make the channel a good place, or just like a good healthy place for people to come that doesn't have a bunch of I mean, I always just use the word riffraff, but I mean, it's just, I really want to keep like the toxicity of some of these communities that I've heard about over time. You know, I really like to keep a lot of that stuff out of the channel and just do my very best to provide a channel that's just fun, a fun place to be, a healthy environment to be in for games, and, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, you don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff when you come here, and I've always wanted this channel to be that type of a place. So, you know, so that was always one of my goals when I started doing streaming and stuff was, and more so kind of recently. I don't know that it necessarily started out that way. I just kind of started out because it was a fun thing to do, but kind of over time, I was just noticing a trend in gaming and streaming in general that I just saw was unhealthy, and so I just thought, you know, I want to try and buck that trend and do something different, and really be a positive influence, and, you know, still connect with people that really enjoy video games the way that I do as well. So so yeah, so I mean, there's that piece of it also, and so I think I want the channel to just be a very positive place all the way through until the end, however long that is. I'll be around as long as I'm able to, and try and be a positive influence while I'm around. So, and I really appreciate you guys, you know, talking with me, and, you know, liking the videos, and, you know, just sharing your life with me as well in different ways, and you know, it's just it's really fun to do this stuff, and I appreciate you know, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride on that one as well. So yeah. Let's see. Need to look at my notes and see kind of what my next talking point was. Oh, nice. Cool. green piece. Oh, wow. Wow. I got green piece droughted like crazy there. Yeah, I think that's going to be game. Dang, wow. Let's see here. So I talked about that. I guess just a note to just people streaming and recording videos and trying to make a living out of this. It's very, very challenging. I decided, I don't know when I decided to do this, but a while back I just decided, you know what does it really take to make a career out of streaming and recording games? Like, what do you really have to do in order to make that a reality? And the truth of the matter is, you've got to really be on top of like every new game that comes out. You've got to be streaming constantly. You have to be sharing your videos on all sorts of social media. You got to be you just got to, I mean, you really just, in order to make a career out of it, you got to be working a lot of hours on this. You got to be editing videos. You got to find a good editor. I've always just like self-edited videos because I had some video editing experience and also just didn't have, you know, the funds to pay somebody to do this. So I just decided, I'll just do all my own editing and this kind of stuff because I just had some of the software already sitting around from other projects that I had done in the past. And so, I mean, you got to spend time, like, you know, getting to know different people in, like, different gaming communities. I mean, you got to do things like, I don't know, like go to some Games Done Quick event or something like that if you want to get your name out there so that you can, you know, start drumming up some, like drumming up your name and this kind of thing so that people know who you are. And, you know, it's just, there's just a huge number of things that it takes to make it as a streamer. And, you know, with some of the recent developments, I really try not to kind of bring all that stuff into like the videos and stuff that I make, all the like politics of what this company is doing or that company is doing or whatever with their platform. And you know, because Twitch has kind of made some recent changes that has got a lot of people kind of upset about, you know, ad revenue and this kind of thing. And so it's just, it's very, very difficult to really make a solid career out of game streaming and recording. You really got to find the right game. You got to hit the right audience at the right time, and it's just kind of a big, I don't know. In my mind, it just feels like a big dice roll, you know, after working on stuff for so long. Because I decided to take the tact of, you know, play a variety of games and always try and record them and stream them in the highest quality. You know, learning from, you know, people that have been around in the gaming industry for a really long time that, you know, that kind of knew a lot more than I did about stuff. And, you know, it's just very, very hard to make a career out of streaming and recording games. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. It's just very, very difficult. And, you know, I decided to give it a fair shot for a while. I mean, I've been streaming and recording games since 2015 pretty seriously, I feel like. And, you know, the channel will be 10 years old here pretty soon. And the amount of, like, followers and just people that I've accumulated that like the channel and, you know, have got connected with me and this kind of thing, not necessarily, like, accumulated for the channel. That's not really what I mean. But have just like gotten connected with me and followed me and liked the videos and all this stuff. You know, you really got to find a niche of what people like, and the industry now is just becoming so saturated with so much stuff. Like when Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out, you know, if you wanted to try and pick up some new people or whatever because of that, you had to be like streaming day one for, you know, playing the game constantly and this kind of thing, just to get that kind of attention on the channel and get recommended and this type of thing. And so you really got to be up on everything. You got to have really high quality stream. You got to have a lot of good equipment in order to make high quality streams. And you know, it's a big money sink. It's a big time sink, and it's just it's tough. There's no way around it. It's tough, and I've tried. So I feel like I've given it a pretty fair shot of, you know, just like somebody just trying to come into this and figure out what can be possible and what can be done. So, you know, if streaming and recording is really your dream job and you really want to do it, that's, you know, go for it. I'm just saying it's tough. It's very tough. So, and it can be super fun and it can be super rewarding too, but it's hard. It's tough. It's a tough job. Because I decided to try and do all this stuff at the same time I was working a 40-hour job also. So, I mean, this is all like extra time, extra resources and everything that I had just kind of, you know, around that I could put into it. So, it's really tough. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just very, very tough. Let's see here. I need to scroll my notes some more, but I also don't want to die prematurely. Press down and lock the piece slightly too early. That's so, let's try this. So yeah, for the channel, just because you know, just because I'm gonna make this change to the channel and everything, and I won't be you know, streaming and recording as often. I still want to attempt to go out on a high note whenever that is. So I'm still gonna try and keep up with you know, keeping my equipment and everything running, and still make really high quality videos as much as possible, you know, with what I've got available. So I don't want to fizzle out, and I don't want to just you know, I don't just want to, I don't know, I just want to go out on a high note and, you know, still be a channel that is a good, fun, safe place to be, I guess. So I'll be around as often as I can be, but it's just probably based on how life is going, it's just not going to be as frequently. It'll be sporadic. I mean, I think Kenzie, Mississippi Zap, and I have we've kind of talked about just figuring out a time, maybe like once a week or something, for me to stream and kind of keep going on this stuff. But even that's going to be sporadic. Like we tried to do stuff on Thursday this week, and it just got too busy. So I mean, what's going to happen is if I'm available and have an hour or two, I'll be on. But if not, then I won't be. So that's just kind of the short answer. And I do have some ideas. I had some outstanding projects that I've worked on with a couple of friends. Because because since I moved to Arizona out of New Mexico, I don't have immediate access to some of my friends that helped start some of these projects that are on the channel that are incomplete. But for instance, the Gray Dragon and I have talked, and we're gonna try to do something where we like connect in his audio through Discord, because I've got a way to kind of connect all that stuff to my streaming rig and everything, so that people can kind of be guest featured on the channel, if you want to call it that way or look at it like that. So the Gray Dragon and I are going to attempt to do some of this in the near future, and we'll try and finish up some of the projects that we had outstanding. Like we had a Final Fantasy VI file started. I don't know exactly where that file ended up. It might be that I have to kind of might have to like start that one over or something. We'll have to see. So he and I have talked about possibly doing something where he kind of gets on to commentate with me as well, and just kind of like virtually play the game alongside me also. So we can still feel like we've completed the project together. So that's in the works. And maybe C-Sand and Fire will be available to do something like that as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, so the next thing here in the near future is just going to be start working through the games that I have outstanding, and start getting a platform ready so that I can start selling the games to start building up some revenue to go back to school. So that's going to be the next thing, is I'm going to try to turn around all that stuff that I'm making for furthering education. So, because there's still a few things I want to do. I'm not exactly sure which one I want to do, but I'd like to kind of pursue some of that and take something that I loved for a lot of years and put the resources back into something else that I can do. So the amateur mode in here, I guess, just as a quick mention, is it gives you more of the two blocks and the like common colors, so that you can break blocks easier. And then as you move closer and closer to Pro, it starts giving you harder and harder combinations of things to work with in order to break blocks. Back out of danger. So let's see here. So like the next, I'm almost done with just like the things that I wanted to talk about, I guess. So and then we'll, I guess we'll see how we're doing. Might switch to another game. 'Cause I got a couple of other things I want to try and get worked out here. Oh, hello. Look at my baby. Look at my baby. Hello, Snaggletooth. You have more than one tooth now. You're Snaggletooths. Hello. Hi. How are you? Oh, you came to bug me for a second? Okay. Baby. You want to watch Daddy for a minute? So look at all the colors. Baby. I think he likes running, and we call the office the theme park. He loves to like run around and play in here and bang on the drums and all sorts of different things. So he likes to be in here and goof off, don't you? You like to push buttons and mess around with all the stuffed animals and everything else, don't you? Yeah, he calls Pikachu a bunny. Wow! See the colors? Colors! Yeah, that's Daddy. Are you and Mommy having fun? Yes. Yeah. There we go. What? What are you doing? You like the chair? Yeah, you like my chair. You like to spin around in the chair. He wants to spin me.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. He's a little grumpy. I think his teeth hurt.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Bye. Don't scream.
My goodness.
Don't scream. Look. Do you see?
Do you see yourself? Yeah, Snaggletooth is still trying to teeth some tooths. They're bothering him a little bit.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Whoosh! I love that child. He's my favorite baby. He's my only baby. Oh, that's actually not what I want to do. So let's see here. So let's see. I guess in preparation for that is not what I wanted to do. Whoops. Yeah. So I guess in preparation for kind of finishing up everything and selling off part of my collection of games is that I've been trying to repair a lot of the consoles and get everything kind of up to snuff because there's just some stuff that was broken that needed a lot of work. So, yeah. So, yeah. So I've been kind of just slowly working on that stuff. So I got the reset button fixed for my for my Sega Genesis finally because just the contact and everything was shot in there, and so it just needed a completely new button in order to get back to working. So so I've soldered in a new button, took the old one out, and it appears to be working. So I guess we'll see. I've got one of the projects that I'd like to work on next to get finished up is a little bit of a shorter one. The way I'm going to go about doing this is I'm going to do like the games that are quicker to beat will be the ones that'll be up front, or just like the stuff that I've already got in progress. Like Mississippi's app and I are working on Kingdom Hearts, so that's we'll try and get that finished up as well pretty soon. And then just the games that are shorter will be the ones that I'll start with, just so that I can start getting through stuff quicker. I'm probably going to use some speedrunning strats or just some extra things to help me out to kind of make it go a little faster in the course of doing all this stuff. Just because I think I just want to try and use the time that I've got pretty wisely, I guess, in order to get as much done as possible in as little time as possible. So that's kind of the general gist of how I'm going to go about doing this. So like Columns, it didn't really have an end. I was just going to play it and just like go over like the different modes and everything, just so that I had record of, I don't know, just like having played it since it was a game that I own. I guess kind of as we finish this up, I'd like to just say how much I really appreciate you guys watching the channel. I mean, I don't know if you guys are sick and tired of me, saying thank you all the time, but I really do try to be really thankful and grateful for the people that have found the channel, have talked with me, have learned something from the channel, have just like found things interesting, and share a love of games like I do. And so I think I just really would like to say, thank you again to you guys for that. It's been really fun, and I hope to kind of continue along with that trend in the near future as well. So we'll go until we can't go anymore, and we'll see what we do along the way. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I want to thank the community too for kind of helping me out when money was tight and I still wanted to kind of continue going and working on projects. There were some people out there in the community that were very generous to just give me a couple of things to kind of help keep me going. And so I really appreciate those people specifically. The guy Matthew Cole donated his OSSC at one point to help continue the Chrono Cross project. The Grey Dragon donated his PlayStation 2 so that we could work on a couple of things there. CSAN and Fire, we played a lot of games together that we both enjoyed, but I mean, they showed up to a lot of different events that I put together, and they were just there and very supportive, even when things weren't going right with the streaming equipment or whatever. They just kind of hung in there and helped me out with that, so I really appreciate that. And then Mississippi's app for playing games and trying out some different things, even though games weren't, she didn't grow up with a lot of games or play a lot of games as a kid, and she hopped in and played Kingdom Hearts and would stream with me every so often and everything. And so and she's just been very very supportive of a lot of different changes and working with me and everything, just for a lot of different reasons, for games and life and I don't know, just all sorts of different things. And so I really appreciate everything that she's done and continues to do on a daily basis. So just even watching the baby for a little while so I can come do this. It's a big deal. MVP for sure. Yeah, I'd just like to thank the retro gaming community also for, you know, helping me with equipment and tech and everything to help me figure out some very specific problems. That was very helpful. So I'm just, yeah, to just everybody who's subscribed to the channel, who has watched the videos and enjoyed them, got a laugh out of them or learned something, you know, I really appreciate that. And, you know, hope to continue that as long as I can. So just thank you so much, guys, for everything. And I'm sure I'll say it again as time goes on. I just want to have an attitude of gratitude. So I just feel like there's just so much negativity, and I don't want the channel to do that. I want to be thankful for everything. So let's, I think I've got, oh yeah, also thanks to some young guy, or Aaron, for helping me with Heck Yes Game Reviews way back when. That's the channel, like header video on the channel of us doing Heck Yes Game Reviews. So that's really what got this whole thing started. So thank you, Aaron, for that. So let's see here. I guess near-term goals, I talked about games that I want to kind of get done. I'm going to do the quickest games to the longest games. We'll do it that way. So there's a few Twitch goals. I just passed 50 followers on channel not too long ago, so that's been fantastic. I really appreciate that. There's a couple of chat goals where I need to have 5 people chatting at the same time, an average viewership of 3 people, and need to stream more regularly so that I meet like the streaming hours or whatever. So we'll see if that happens. So I'm not sure. I'll just kind of keep updating on Twitter as I'm available to stream, just so you guys know. I didn't do it this time, and I apologize for that. Yeah, I mean, goals finished every game that I have. And then once I beat them, to sell them either on a website or an eBay store or Facebook or something like that. So we'll see what we can do there. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I'm gonna do one last game. So, Clotho, Lethesis, and Atropos are past, present, and future, in case you didn't know that. So let's see what I can do with this game here. Yeah, so this game is a lot different than Tetris, but it's still pretty fun. I don't know that I would want to, I don't know, like try and meet any of the goals in this game or anything, like complete the arcade mode or this kind of thing. I've just never I never felt as driven in this game to kind of beat some of those things or these challenges like I did in Tetris. I always felt like the goals in Tetris were something I'd want to do, but in this game I always just felt like it was just a casual, you know, fun thing that, you know, my mom and I would play together, or I would just kind of play it by myself to see if I could get a new high score or this kind of thing. It was never really like a really goal-oriented game. So, oh yeah, the channel will be, I guess 9 years old in July, I guess next month. So, that's crazy. Streaming and recording was a lot different 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Capture cards were just a new thing, and half of them didn't even support some of these retro consoles. You had to do like some whack things in order to even get them to show up on your capture card to begin with. But now we have all sorts of stuff that we can do. So for, I'm trying to think, for my Sega Genesis library, I've only got, I think 2 more games? Because this will be 1. I've done Radical Rex multiple times. I didn't ever, like, kind of sit down to, like, officially speedrun that game. But a lot of the people that I've seen that speedrun the game really just do the SNES version instead of the Sega Genesis version like I have. So I don't know. I don't know if that's really a game that I would kind of go back and speedrun. Maybe, but I don't know. It's definitely a lower priority. So it was just cool to be able to, yeah, because that was another thing. Like when I played Radical Rex, I played it through an RF modulator during the Dream Marathon the first time, and that was even just like a big pain in the neck to even get set up because I had to route it through a VCR and some other stuff to even get it working to begin with. So then, kind of after that marathon event, I went back and played it again on RGB. So that video is on the channel as well. I think what was hard about this game, you know, trying to get a good score or something like that, is just sometimes the like vertical, the whole vertical idea is a little bit harder for me to like track where combos are and just make something out of it. Now, part of that was unintentional. Oh, jeez. Nope. I needed a green piece there. Dang. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's still a fun little game to play every now and then, but yeah, I don't know that I've really felt like the like drive to try and even like complete the arcade mode or this kind of thing. Just the vertical, like just the whole idea of the game, I think is a little bit less intuitive to me than Tetris is. So I don't know, but maybe after seeing this video, maybe it's something that you'd like. So yes, but that is that's the whole update to the channel. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know what's been going on and what the future holds. And yeah, I guess we'll keep going as long as we can and see what happens. So, but thank you guys so much for everything, and we will catch you in the next video. You guys are awesome. Later.